On today's tutorial, I will let you know how you can draft the bucket sun head pattern just like the one I have here on my image. So you can do this on your computer, but you can also do it at home on a piece of paper if you want to, and I will guide you so it's also easy for you to do it. So this is one that I have already made, and it's the small size, but I'm going to show you how to do from scratch. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a circumference, and I'm going to say that the diameter for my circumference is, for instance, 15 centimeters. Now that I have my circumference here, this is the top of my head. So we are talking about this piece here, okay? The top. Then from here, we are going to create the side crown. And to do so, we will measure this one and this one. So half of the perimeter of the circumference. And these two lines, so half of the perimeter, you can see that it is 23.54. 23.54. So I'm going to create a rectangle with 23.54, and I'm going to say that my side crown has 8 centimeters high. This is actually half of my side crown. We are drafting half of it, okay? Remember? Yeah. So now I'm going to split this line uniform in 4, okay? And I'm going to do the same on this one here. Now I'm going to trace lines from the division in 4 that I've made from my rectangle, and I'm going to edit this, creating 1 centimeter fullness here. So I'm going to move this 1 centimeter, and here I'm going to do exactly the same, 1, and here I'm going to do exactly the same. If you want to do this on paper, you can cut with your scissor this line here, this one, the blue one, and instead of cutting all the way through the points, you just leave a little bit, tiny bit of paper, and you do that for all of them, and then you measure this measurement here, it was 1 centimeter, and you do exactly what I've done here, but by slashing and then opening your pattern. So I won't forget, I will already right here fold, because remember the fold line, we were drafting half of the side crown, so this is the fold, and so that I don't forget, I'm gonna write crown. And also, so I don't forget which measurements I made for my circumference, I'm gonna write down 5 centimeters diameter. Okay, oh, it was, okay, that doesn't matter. Now I'm going to create a line, a curved line, a smooth curved line from this point to this one, and from this one to this one. And I actually want this line over here to have, remember that we had half of our perimeter was 23.54. Well, I want this here to have 23.54. So I'm going to move it until I have that exact measurement. This line that I'm showing you here is going to be sewn on this area here, okay? Which means that this lower line here of my crown is actually the area that is going to sit on my head. So let me show you. We are drafting this pattern piece, right? This one. So the one that is going to be sewn on the top of my head, it's this one on the top there, and the one where I actually going to fit the hat on my head, it's the lower line here. So when we take a look at this line, and I'm gonna just retrace this so that I can clean up my crown, I'm gonna just trace this as a pattern and moving here and deleting lines that I don't need just to make this cleaner. Of course, I need to place the name again so that I don't forget that this is the crown and here is the fold. Wow. And remember that this one was perfect. It is 23.54, but this is the fold line. And so one of the things that I like to do, no, let me go first here. So this lower line here is actually 26.53. And if you multiply 26.53 by 2, you will have 53.06. So 53.06 will be my head circumference. This means that this hat specifically will fit someone that has the head circumference measurements, I would say 0.5 centimeter below this measurement. So I would say this is a size extra small for a kid that has 52.5 centimeters head circumference. And this is how I am sure about the size of the hat that I'm drawing. If you buy the pattern already done, you will have from the extra small to the extra large, and you have a size chart available, and you can check the head circumference that I've calculated for each of the sizes. But now in this video, I'm telling you how you can do it if you want a smaller size. This is smaller than the extra small we have on our site. Now I'm going to move this here. And this is the fold line, so I always like to make sure that the connection when I then unfold the fabric, this is like square line. But I want to keep the measurement, so I'm gonna just move this a little bit, 23.54, but still keeping the same length of my curve. But I'm trying that this here is smoother and it's horizontal, so it's perpendicular to my fold, so that once this is unfolded to the other side, this is not a point, it is a smooth connection. And I'm going to do exactly the same here. So 26.53, I will try to see if I can keep more or less the same. Yeah. Now I'm going to rotate this and make this side on the, my y-axis, just so that I can do the same that we have done for that side for this one. So remember 23.54. Okay, and this is much smoother and it's 90-degree angle or very close to it. So 26.53, I'm gonna try and do the same. Yeah, now I have my head crown. I'm gonna rotate again, and of course the grain line will be parallel to the fold line. So this is the crown. You just cut one crown and you will sew this side together and one top. Now let's create the brim. So to create the brim is going to be sewn here on the 26.53. So 26.53 divided by 2 is 13.26. 13.26. So 13.26. And then this is the height for your brim. I like 7, but you can do it according to what your measurement, according to what your preference is. 7. So this will, again, it will be a fold here. And this is the brim. And now I'm going to divide again this one, this line here. But this time I'm going to divide it, I'm going to split it in 5 segments. I'm going to do the same here. if you change the tutorial measurements that I'm telling you, it's not a problem. But the angle here, we used 1 centimeter for the slash and open, and now I'm gonna use 1.5 centimeters for the slash and open. And this was just because, so I'm repeating, as you can see, 1.5. If you change this measurement, you will have a different angle for your brim, and probably you will have to see if the effect, the flare of the brim is what you want, okay? This was the perfect for me, for my taste, because I didn't want my brim to have any waves, and that's why I made with 1.5. Then I just extend this line by 1 centimeter and unite that one to the edge. As we did for the other one straight line here, one straight line here, and now let's retrace the curve. Remember that we made the rectangle with 1326, so this has to be 1326. So 26, done. And this, it's not going to be matched anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. And again, I'm going to select the lines and I'm going to convert this into a new pattern piece. This is my brim. Again, I need to write again the fold and what pattern piece I'm drawing. Okay, this is the brim. I'm going to delete the extra lines that I have here. And the only thing that I'm missing now is doing exact 1326. Remember that we tried that this was smooth? Well, I'm gonna try and make this again smooth like we had before. Remember here, the 90-degree angle. Here, this is, again, let me just erase. I have duplicated the line here. So let me just erase it, okay? And now I'm gonna just see if this is more or less perpendicular, so it's okay. Again, I'm going to rotate this to the Y here. I'm going to delete this line, which was an internal line, and I'm just going to check if the angle here, again, keeping the same measurement, 1326. And the angle here was a little bit improved, as you could see. And okay, this is like so. Well, if you want to check then how to sew it, you have the tutorial available as always, and you can check there. Of course, if you draft your own pattern, you then need to add your seam allowances. I recommend adding 1 centimeter seam allowances on the entire pattern. Okay, so usually I do 1 centimeter here, 1. Don't forget that you don't need any seam allowance on the fold lines. Oh, on my fold line, I don't need any seam allowance here or here. And I, of course, can cut my circumference in 2 because I also don't need to be printing this. I can print half of the pattern, so my 15 centimeter diameter is missing. This is a fold line, so I can write down here fold. And you can also do something for the future so that you don't forget. Remember that we checked the head circumference on the edge of the crown, and remember it's the double this measurement, so it's 26.53 times 2, which is 53 centimeters. So I would also write here a 53 centimeters head circumference, so that in the future I know that my pattern, this size, is for that specific head size. And that's it. I would have my top, my brim, and my crown done. And I would just need to print them and follow the sew along. And that's it for today, girls. I hope you like this tutorial. See you soon. Bye.